I did throw a hissy fit today because I'm sick and tired of it. When you hear, you'll know about her situation when it's officially announced. You're kind of like, okay, it's over. All right. And then, Doomcat comes out with this. She's there for another 18 months. Bullshit. And I know it's bullshit because it doesn't make any sense. No one would say anything like that if it was true. I mean, if because it contradicts what was told to everybody, and what was told now, when we kind of sift out the wheat from the chaff, is that Kennedy is literally only allowed on Lucasfilm property with an escort. That Disney literally, with 5 people, are running the company. Okay, I don't give a shit what Tom says. Yeah, I'm calling you out now. Okay, you don't like your friends being called out, and then they get humiliated by Pablo Hidalgo, who me and other people said don't use as a source, and they were doing it anyway. Okay. Well, it is and it's not. My problem with it is, even if she's there for another 18 months, which is toddler stage for a baby, it gives Ryan Cannell and Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and the Black Pill Blobs and their redneck friends in Alabama and the rest of the human feces, a chance to hurt Ahsoka. And she's still there. She's still there. Even if she can't do anything. It also, if some of her people stay there, and trust me, there were people who will see her name still up there saying, I can help bring Kathy back if I fuck up John and Dave, which they will do. Okay. Now, weirdly enough, Comic-Con is going on right now in San Diego. No one's talking about it. Star Wars showed up with High Republic and got mocked. Okay, no one's buying those books. Okay, whatever. This is what the 5 Horsemen are dealing with, and yet they can't. Iger can't fire that cunt, Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, I said cunt. You want to bring it to me? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. That's all I'm saying. At this point, because of where Disney is, I would be tempted to go scorched earth with her. Okay? I would say, look, I don't give a flying fuck what your contract says. You are fucking out. Take me to court. We will find something to hit that morals clause of yours. Look, what we were told was the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why any company would sign onto a contract that said a person can't be fired for cause, but they can for a morals clause. Look, find some 30-year-old guy and said she raped him. I don't give a shit. Get her fucking out of there. Set that bitch up. I don't care. Get her out. Maybe we should start a public protest and tell Frank Marshall maybe it's time he told his baby that she should quit Lucasfilm. I don't know. How the fucking hell, what the fuck? It has nothing to do with her blackmail that everybody imagines she has, and I don't think she does, because she'd have used it. Look, I'm a pretty smart woman, and I would have. Yeah, he would have. Justin, and you're right, this Lucasfilm isn't being sold. I think that would be a last resort. What I think is going on, and I've had a lot of fight back with this, is her contract is being renegotiated or it's over in August. And they're not going to renew it. They know they're not going to renew it. I think what they're looking for is to get Leslie Headland. Now, she left social media after it was put out there that she took over a Star Wars show. She started getting hit from all sides, not just Star Wars fans go, get the fuck away from our franchise, but from feminazis going, you didn't do enough against Harvey, blah, blah, blah. And she didn't. We all know that. I mean, let me explain something. She threw Harvey under the bus. So apparently, she could throw Kathy under the bus if they find something, and they've talked to her, that they could use against Kathy. Now, my question is, look, Sci-Fi Universe, you need to calm down and sit and just have a glass of wine or whatever you drink and just chillax, okay? Calm down. Here's the problem with that. George trusted her. She reneged. Okay, that should be a big red flag. She's been insubordinate for the last 10 years. So maybe this morals clause does have a solid foundation. She's never used anything in her blackmail list against anybody. So I really don't. This is what I think. If she did that, they would do that to her. Okay. And the reason why they're not doing that is because it's mutually shared destruction. Okay, that's why. But this is not. Oh, cool. Okay, tell your friend I'm sorry, Cross. My thing is this. I cannot believe I'm saying this. We have to rely on Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant to throw this fucking mega cunt, ultra cunt, supercalifragilistic expialidocious cunt under the bus to get her ass out of there. All right. Go. So this is my Jack. How's WDW Pro? Sit down and shut up. Yeah, I don't like you. We need to get Leslie Headland to do the right thing again and throw Kennedy under the bus. Now, if there's enough incriminating evidence for Headland and there's enough to get Kennedy, look, tangentially isn't enough. But I'm going to say this. If there's any email or anything where Kennedy said, go do it, she's done. Okay, that's criminal behavior. All right? It's criminal behavior. That's what they're looking for. And I'm like, you mean to say that Disney's on the verge of bankruptcy and they can't get rid of this bitch because of her fucking... And she's one of the people that put them there. I'd say that's criminal right there if you could actually prove it in court. You know, I'm literally speechless when I read that. I'm like, you know, so they weren't wrong saying that her situation you'll know her situation when it's officially announced. My thing is, officially announced, When is that going to be? In 2 fucking years? And that, just some other guy, Justin, that's exactly what I think it is. So now we have to all cheer for Leslie Headland. It's like, look, as much as I don't admire Bob Iger, I understand I understand him. So I can go, good move. Good move. I would trust you. I would trust a king cobra sitting over her nest pissed off at me more than I would trust you. But the idea of trusting Leslie Headland to do anything just makes me want to vomit. After all the women that she screwed over and gave to Harvey and just covered up and, bleh, and probably picked up his, leftovers. Ugh. It's like, but this is it. And she threw him under the bus. Who says that she won't put Kathy under the bus? And look, well, think about that, Jack. We had to have help from Stalin with our ammunition, our material, to get rid of Hitler. Okay, then what are you left with? A bigger monster. So, and somebody said, well, she won't, she'll only take another Star Wars movie to do this. No, she won't. No, I know what she did. And let's just say, she will not be getting another Star Wars movie. She will be lucky if she doesn't go to jail herself. And if Kennedy's involved, that's do I get parole? I mean, that's how bad it is. If I get parole, am I okay? That's it. Okay. So we don't know what's really going on because it's been very quiet. Apparently, there's been an email passed out from the 5 horsemen of the apocalypse, and everybody's got to be quiet. Look, I'm gonna bring this up because it's funny, and Cameron and I were laughing. Yesterday in the morning, I woke up to seeing Pro crying about Pablo showing his true stripes. You guys were here right when I told everybody on the planet, you don't talk to Pablo. You never talk to Pablo. He's not going to tell you the truth. He's going to treat you like shit. He did. And I know for a fact Pro's butthurt. He really thought he's just been mistreated. Really? No, he was using you, dumbass. No, I'm going to tell you this. Pro will say, act like it's still happening. So will VR. Who blocked me, by the way, because he didn't like me calling him out. They'll say the Ray movie's still happening because Iger wants it. Iger doesn't have 2 nickels to, rub together, but fuck you both. Okay. The thing about it is, with what was divulged today, after Ahsoka, we're lucky to see Mando season 4. Okay. No one but 5 guys from Disney corporate are running Lucasfilm right now. And, Kathy's off in Europe. And I'm going to tell you, if you're on Twitter, go to Frank Marshall's Twitter account, Le Doctor, and say your wife needs to let Lucasfilm go. Let her let it go. Look, it's not good for her. It's not good for him. How self-centered and narcissistic could you be to let your husband have to suffer through all this shit? You know, maybe he likes it. Maybe he's a masochist like you are. I don't know, Kathy. But there has to be a resolution soon. Look, Disney, this is so close to what's going on, and it cuts so close. Lucasfilm isn't going to be sold right now because they wouldn't be wouldn't be doing this shit. But it might not survive if she stays there for another 18 months. You know, I would say they've come to a resolution or are. Okay, it doesn't sound like it now. I thought it did. If I was at Lucasfilm or just knew one of the horsemen, I'd say, get her out of there now. I don't give a flying fuck how you do it. Hire a herd of stampeding water buffalo. I don't care. Get her out of there. And the reason why simply is this. I'm going to let you guys go. As long as crazy is there, Ryan Cannell, Gary, Jeremy, that Star Wars girl, drunk, and all the rest of the black pills, EBN, Pro, VR, and the rest of that grifting, sewage will have something to scream at Disney about. Okay. Because they built their channels on hating her. Most of these channels started in 2017. All right, and after in 2018. Okay, Geeks and Gamers didn't really get a foothold until Jeremy realized that there was a hate for The Last Jedi, and then he jumped on it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then you'll also give the sequel trilogy fans, and you know you're not making any money on that fucking piece of shit, from Molly, I can't figure out if I'm a man or a woman, Damon, and her girlfriend, aka her husband, Alex, the abusive scumbag, Jason Ward, because, the sequel trilogy is going to be forever and ever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if you get rid of her or put it out there that she's on a year-long sabbatical, Champion the Dog is running Lucasfilm, and make it official, then none of those people have anything to say. You got rage porn screaming about what? Because she's really not running the show. You have to announce it. If you don't, and keep it, it's very secret. It's very secret. You give all those motherfuckers enough ammo to keep berating you and beating you and hurting your bottom line. So why would you do that? Put something out in the media. Okay, just do it. Or Frank Marshall puts his foot down and says, Kathy, let Lucasfilm go. Do it now. Call your lawyer. Tell him to put a resignation letter together. Submit it to Iger. I'm done. Okay, look, they have enough money. They have enough money. Okay, so they don't really need it. They're in London or wandering around England somewhere. I mean, she can't go on Lucasfilm property unless she's under armed guard. Hey Dave, so what? Yeah, Sci-Fi Universe, you just actually probably watched my upload. Thank you for reminding us all of that. And you're just giving the black pills, the black pill blobs, and the rednecks and the social justice warriors at Star Wars Explained and Star Wars Direct and the rest of that human refuse ammo to go at each other. And after you, why would you do that? You know, you kill two birds with one stone. She's not going to be around, family time. She just turned 70. She wants to take some time to smell the roses. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, God. Anybody else getting people trying to get into their debit cards? I had that happen today. I'm like, okay, which one of the black pills did that? And it wasn't. I was trying to figure out how to, because I like grabbing, I like using appropriate scenes for my videos from other movies and everything. And I didn't want to keep asking my friend Baz to do it. So I tried to get that, and it ended up being, well, if you click on this app, you might end up being enrolled in another app, which happened to be a fucking dating site. So my fucking bank is calling me, and I'm like, oh God. So it's been one of those weird days. Anyway, my sister had it happen too, so I have to talk to her about it, and I'm not happy. Anyway, guys, I wouldn't worry too much about this. It just, to me, it's a glitch in the machine, but Disney has to come clean with what's going on with her. Look, embarrass her more. Put her out there saying she's no longer running Lucasfilm. She's on a personal sabbatical for a year. And that's it. And is running the show. Look, if I was Jon Favreau, if I was Dave Filoni, if I was anybody who was in line to succeed her, I would tell them, she goes where we go. You give us everything we need to do what we need to do to fix. Make sure the fans, Jeremy, Gary, Ryan, Alora, all the rest of that human refuse, Molly, Alex, the idiot Jason, whatever, the information that she's no longer in charge and your issues with Lucasfilm are now null. She's there. She's gone. Her name's there, but she's not there anymore. We are running the show. You need to go fucking public with that. And if she gets pissed off, just tell her, well, we can't fire you because your bizarre contract, if this is all true, or because Leslie Headland didn't throw you under the bus, which if she did it to Harvey, she'll do it to you. But if none of that happens, so we're going to put this out there. You are not in charge, Kathy. These two guys are. You are gone, and everybody that is your loyalist is gone too. All right, that's what I would say. And she'd be gone. She'd shut up. What you're trying to do is get her into a position where she has no more choice but to resign and go away. All right. That's what we want. We want her to resign. So if you guys are on Twitter and at LE Doctor is Frank Marshall, tell your wife to quit now. Tell her to let Lucasfilm go. Why is she even there anymore? It doesn't want her. The only way we get what we want is to go public and get pissed. Okay, look at Bud Light. You know, and we're not asking for much. We're just asking for the problem at Lucasfilm to go away. And that's Kathleen Kennedy. And I don't care if her morals clause, she can only be fired if she's found in bed with a 12-year-old girl. I don't give a flying fuck. Pretend it happened. 12-year-old dog. 12-year-old horse. Dolphin. I don't care. Get her fucking out of there. Or her husband says, announce your retirement, you're done. My husband would say that to me, and I would say, I think you're right. Letting her do whatever she wants like he did is so weak sauce, I can't even. Okay. You know, it's, you know, it's time for her to go. It's been past time for like the last 6 years. Okay. Anyway. I gotta go because I'm tired. I'm gonna watch a TV show. Well, Dave, I think you could be right there, but saying Kathy is on a permanent sabbatical until her contract ends would actually help. Or her announcing her retirement from Lucasfilm would help. And until her husband steps up and actually acts like a fucking man, it's not gonna help. Obviously, his dick is this big. Frank Marshall's dick is microscopic. Because no man would let that scumbag bitch do what she did without saying, knock it off. I love you, honey, but knock it off. Okay, you made the wrong decision. And he just lets it go. Now, is it because their daughters, they have 2 daughters? You know? Well, you know, I don't understand that whole relationship. If he was any sort of a man, he'd be like looking at her like, what the, I mean, back in 2018, these were bad choices. I told you that in the beginning. You did it anyway. Look what happened. It's time to go. She should have retired back then or let it go. Okay, she could have actually, in public, retired on a high note. But here we are. And again, if she's gone, then you've got no leg to stand on for the black pills, the blobs, or the shills. They have nothing to stand on. It's brand new ball game. The blobs and black pills will push the goalpost back because they've decided to hate both Favreau and Filoni, even though they love The Mandalorian. And they probably secretly liked Boba Fett and Kenobi. No, ticks are easy to remove. Okay. Yeah, Peter's right. If she goes, you know, if they go public and say she's not officially running Lucasfilm anymore, she's on a sabbatical till her contract ends, then, and if it's official, fine. Then you can look at the assholes out there and go, well, she's done. Okay, and then she could retire anytime she wanted. But here we are. We have to wait for Leslie Headland to throw the bitch under the bus. And will she do it? Because Kathy's a whammon. But then, remember how much she loved talking about Harvey Weinstein? And then she did this, Queen Kathy. You know. We don't know. Anyway, I gotta go. So I'm gonna finish this and probably head to the sack because I'm tired. And this has got to get, do its thing. So you guys be good, be safe. Maybe we'll suddenly get some great news tomorrow. But unless a herd of water buffalo run her over or she gets eaten by a polar bear, I don't know. And I'm sick and tired of that. Sci-Fi Universe's Headland ratted out Harvey. Okay. So please keep your negative shit to yourself. Okay. I mean, look, if you're faced with jail time, you'd be surprised who you throw under the bus. Okay. This is Steph. I'll see you.